So when you are seeing these paranormal, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we can call it that, when you first saw it, as in the shadow misty figure,
Yeah.
what was the thoughts coming through your mind at that moment in time? Can you recall?
I think it was like genuine panic. Like, because you don't know what's happening, but you know the lights just went out.
Dude, the light just turned off.
Oh.
I'm scared. Does that mean we acknowledge it?
Right? I feel like this park's a spooky park to be in too, because
a lot of things happen here.
a lot of things happen here. There was somebody found not that long ago, like in the tree.
What do you mean? We're at what park, by the way?
Yeah.
You know, hearing these Fresno stories from locals, it excites me in a weird way because I've witnessed my own paranormal experience, and to this day, I still can't explain it. And when I hear people talk about their paranormal experiences, I'm so intrigued because I now know not just me, but others here in Fresno have witnessed their own experiences. And on tonight's podcast, we will be talking about that. Well, hi, my name is Megan. I'm from Fresno. I talk about haunted places, true crimes, urban legends, histories, and paranormal videos of Fresno. Oh, and scary stories, and that's what we're doing today. So if you're from Fresno or even from the Central Valley, why not subscribe to my podcast? Now, before we get into the podcast, views discretion and audio discretion is advised. Everything we talk about is just pure speculation. These are just scary stories that are being told by locals. Strong adult language. And let's just say we will be talking about people passing away and a funeral parlor. And tonight's guest, which you will not see, she will be telling her Fresno local scary stories. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get straight into the episode. So, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Bless. Now, if you want to introduce yourself to the viewers and audio listeners.
I think I'll withhold my name, but yeah, I'm a previous funeral home associate, and I have stories to share about that experience.
And this is from Fresno?
Yes, this is in the downtown area.
Now, the reason why she's facing the other way is because I would never try to exploit anybody for any reason, and we want to make sure she's protected verbally and, from just in general.
Thank you.
No, of course. So go ahead and tell us your scary stories.
So I worked at a funeral home that is no longer in operation, and it's definitely owned by somebody else now and does not operate as a funeral home. However, it's located downtown in Fresno. And it's off of Tulare Street, but it's definitely kind of spooky in there. It's got a brick facade, and it's just like this old home built in like the early 1900s. Like I want to say like 1905, somewhere in there. So definitely been around for a while and has a ton of history. It has multiple floors, so it has a basement, a main level, a second floor, a third floor, and an attic. I don't know, it's just interesting. It's a maze of a building. It's just been added on for many years, and it's got just a lot of spooky vibes and a lot of crawl spaces. And yeah, it's definitely interesting. It also has a chapel that was added on and a carriage house in the back.
What's a carriage house?
So that's where they used to have the horses when it was operated in that manner. Now it's a garage.
Oh.
Yeah.
And where was this location again?
This is over off Tulare Street. If you take the O Street Tulare exit, cross over the little bridge onto Tulare Street, then it's just right on your right there, heading into downtown.
But it's not the Webb funeral home, right?
No.
The one across the street from IHOP?
Yes, no, that's not it. It's right across the street from it, though.
I'm trying to think of the location where it's at.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we're not going to name the location, but can you tell us what you've experienced there, as in paranormal?
Yeah, so my desk was located right in front of a door, and that door led to the prep room. We did not utilize it as a prep room. However, previous owners have definitely utilized it as a prep room. So it has definitely seen folks come through.
Prep room as in?
For like when you do the mortician work,
Eh,
anytime they would embalm, it would be done in that room.
have you ever seen the embalming or the activity involving?
Yes, I have seen parts of it. I've never seen the entire process start to finish, but I have definitely seen parts of the process.
Obviously, when people pass away, they're no longer alive, correct?
Right.
Have you ever seen the body move even though they had passed?
I've never seen the body move, but I definitely know people who have seen it. It's just the things that the body does when it's releasing gases and whatnot. So things can definitely move, and it can be jarring if you're not prepared for that.
Of course, and especially in a dark room, correct?
Yeah, sometimes it's dark. It depends, where you are. Perhaps if you're in the storage facility, it's going to be a little bit darker in there.
So a little dim light,
Yeah,
you can say.
yeah. I mean, we have lights.
Well, of course.
Oh, but yeah, it can be dark, and you have to turn the lights on yourself, and so there's moments where it's a little bit more spooky than others for sure.
Wait, why do you say that?
You're just in a room with a bunch of people who are no longer here on this earth. So it's interesting. It can be an emotionally heightened experience, I guess, because you're just naturally not expecting to be around that. And then B, it's just a little, off putting for obvious reasons.
So obviously our mind's gonna play tricks on this where we feel like we're hearing something or we think.
Yeah, yeah. Or like, when you see shapes of things in a corner and think it's a person, but it's really just a pile of stuff.
Wait, what do you mean? Wait. Okay. Now you got me invested.
Oh, it's a whole thing. I don't know what that's called. I'd have to look up what that's called, but it's like a thing when you see like a shape in a corner and your eye and brain thinks it's a person because it's that shape, but then you turn the lights on and it's really absolutely nothing.
Oh, like
Yeah.
when you leave clothes on a chair, it creates a shape.
Yeah,
You can say.
exactly.
Now, have you seen any dark shadow figures?
I have at that location. So I was in the parlor room where you would like meet with families to discuss arrangements, and I was the only person there. Everybody had gone to go do something, and I was waiting for the phones to ring because this was right when I had just started, and I was only trained to answer phones at that point. So I'm sitting on the couch right next to the phone, and I kind of just dozed off. And I wake up to the feeling that somebody's watching me, and across from me, behind the couch that mirrors the couch I'm on, there was like a full on human size, like I'm talking, a 6 foot tall man size, dark, shadowy figure. And it's kind of misty, I guess.
And this
But
happened at the funeral parlor.
yeah. And it was pitch black, like you could not see through, and on the other side of it was windows to the outside during the day. So like that's how black this mass was for reference. And it just scared me so bad I sat straight up. I didn't know what to do besides sit there and stare at it. While I'm watching it, it just dissipates into mist, completely disappears.
Right in front of your eyes.
Yeah, I as soon as it disappeared, I got the heck up and I left and I called my boss and I was like, where are you guys? I need to not be here."
I don't. Okay, so how long have you worked there?
I worked there a year and a half.
Before or after you seen the paranormal activities?
That was like, maybe half a year into my job. However, this was my first week or second week at a new job, like working inside the funeral home, because I used to do like graveside burial services and stuff, which was a little different. So I was not affiliated with one funeral home during that time.
which we are not going to name.
Yes.
No. Well, back to the paranormal topic. What else have you seen at that location?
Yeah, so I forgot to tell you the part about the door.
Oh.
So the door that leads to that prep room, I would leave it open personally, because if you did not leave it open, you could turn around and watch the door handle turn, and then the door creaks all the way open to the resting point where it wants to be.
On its own.
Yep. Oh man, the door did not like to be closed. And the fact that you could see the handle turn, it just, it wasn't a draft.
Right.
Just something I could not explain and was really jarring to watch. Usually you just kind of explain it away and keep working.
Or try to shrug it off.
Yeah, literally, you just shrug it off. You're like, alrighty then.
And was that your first time ever experiencing the paranormal, or have you had previous
These are
experiences?
My very first experiences with anything like this. I was not somebody who was convinced before. I thought perhaps this was something that could be, because I've heard people explain things that just are not explainable. But these are my first hand experiences with actually seeing things that I physically just cannot explain. And I mean, my colleagues have also had experiences as well. So I know that I wasn't alone in having these experiences there.
Have they told you the stories?
Yes. So
if you're from Fresno, listen to this. We got a Fresno scary stories from a local.
So one of the shared experiences that I had with one of my colleagues was in actually a separate funeral home outside of town in one of the surrounding towns.
Mm-hmm.
I won't say which one because that'll kind of pinpoint who we're talking about. But this funeral home in particular had been handed over to us from a previous owner, and that owner had passed away in the same year that I was working there.
Mm-hmm.
And when I would go out to the property at 9:30 a.m. every morning, there was a knock on the door. And this knock would go from just a slow, like, couple knocks, and then it'd pick up speed, and then it was pounding on the door. I don't think I told you this part on the phone, but it was legitimately pounding on the door. And you're walking down the hallway from the back room where the offices are, and you're trying to get to the door thinking somebody's over there. Once you get to the point in the hallway where you can see the front door, which has floor-to-ceiling windows on either side of it, the knocking stops. You open the door, no one's there. If somebody had been there, you would be able to see them run away or walk away or see that somebody's there. We had exterior cameras, like there was no one there. Yeah, so that was interesting. And I asked my coworker one morning, because we traded off on who would go out there every day. We would be the alone at that property, yes. And I asked her, I was like, have you ever heard that knock at 9:30? And she stopped in her tracks and turned around and looked at me and was like, you've heard that knock too? And so right then and there, we made a game plan to try and go obviously capture this, because now we're like not crazy. Like,
Right.
We've both heard it. So it's my day to go out there. She's like, set up a camera. So I'd get there at 8 a.m. So, it's a couple hours before the 9:30 knock. And so at like 9:15, I went over there and I set up my camera facing the front door, so that I could capture
Whatever
the knock. And it never happened again after that.
So you guys put a camera at the funeral parlor trying to catch whatever was knocking on the door.
Yeah.
And you've never captured anything.
Exactly. So we put it and set it up so that we could capture the knock that morning, because it's like, it happens every morning. We both now know about it. That morning that I set the camera up to capture it from the inside with sound on an actual camera, because we just have the monitor cameras from the outside, so we could tell there was no one there, but you can't capture that there's like a sound or a knock or anything like that, right? So we wanted to capture the knock. And the knock never happened again after that point, which also was interesting.
Do you think the spirit knew that you guys were trying to capture it on camera?
I partially think that they just wanted to be recognized. And setting up the
Ooh,
camera
I just got the
meant...
chills when you said that.
I know I did too.
Ooh.
I think that some things just need to have acknowledgement. And prior to that, like, you'd go and look around, but there's no, like, for sure acknowledge. I don't know. I think that somehow it felt acknowledged and seen in that way.
It was like, you know who I am. No, it was basically saying, oh, you know I'm here. Now I can go. Or leave me. I'm going to leave you alone.
I can't say for sure, but it definitely feels that way.
Allegedly.
uh,
So when you are seeing these paranormal, right?
mhm.
If we can call it that. When you first saw it, as in the shadow misty figure,
Yeah.
what was the thoughts coming through your mind at that moment in time? Can you recall?
I think it was like genuine panic. Like, because you don't know what's happening, but you know. The lights just went out.
Hold on.
But
Chico, can you see us or no? Okay. Dude, the light just turned off. I'm scared. Does that mean we acknowledge it?
Right? I feel like this park's a spooky park to be in too, because
a lot of things happen here.
A lot of things happen here. There was somebody found not that long ago, like, in the tree.
What do you mean?
Like, what a self-unaliving was recently happened in this park, like within the last year.
We're at what park, by the way?
Yeah. There's all kinds of stuff that happens here, and they find people in the lakes, they find people everywhere. I don't know.
From the most known one was the disappearance of Matthew Moorby. Remember that one?
Oh no.
I can't recall at the moment. We talked about it in the podcast. Everything we talk about will be linked in the description box below. There was this boy who disappeared in February of
my gosh.
19, I can't remember, but they found his body in the water. I don't know if it was just Japanese garden or somewhere in the lake.
Oh my gosh, how long after?
Well, a long time ago. I think it was like 1994 or 1992 or
wow.
1996. And he lived right here somewhere. And so they found his body in the water, and to this day they still can't find who did it to him or how he ended up in the water.
Yeah. This park's spooky, man. There's definitely got some late night vibes.
Like right now.
If that's what we can call it.
Well, we're going to jump back into our paranormal story. So, we're talking about Fresno local scary stories. And with your thought of what you've seen, your reaction.
The fear, right?
Yeah,
so I was kind of talking about
before
that.
the light turned off.
Because I was like kind of resting like this, like on the couch, like with like my arm on the arm of the chair.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just like felt like something was watching me, and I just like opened my eyes and I sat right up like, oh my God, what is that? And you can't, I don't know. I'm definitely, apparently I freeze, fight, flight, freeze. I'm a freezer. So I froze and I just stared at it and it just disappeared in front of me and just turned into air. And as soon as it like was completely gone was when my brain finally like snapped to. And then I was like, okay, I need to go. I just got up, I got all my stuff, I walked up and I left, and I then called my boss from inside my car.
And what time was that? Do you remember?
This was like 2 p.m. in the afternoon. I'm talking like
at 2 p.m. in the afternoon?
Girl, like this was during a regular 8 to 5 work day. It's just because I was alone in the building. Like, that's when stuff really happens there, is when you're alone. Then it feels confident. That's all I can say of it. It feels confident is what it feels like. One other time I saw a black shadowy figure there in the window upstairs. So I was we had left this building and we were getting ready to sell it. So we had, we were getting ready to sell the building because we weren't going to be utilizing it anymore. So they had some stuff still left behind. So, like, all of our prayer cards, any kind of paper that you'd use for any kind of a handout, all of that was like upstairs on the second floor.
Mhm.
And so I had to go back because there was one that we just didn't have at the new building. And I'm like, okay, well, let me go back and see if we have it at the other one. We were going to move it all eventually, but it was just down the street. So I'm like, let me go and see. And so I was on my way over, and I'm actually on the phone with my dad when I'm pulling up to the building, and I look up into the window, and there's somebody standing in the window. Like, I call it the green room and the green office, whatever you want to call it, but this is the window that faces the street, and it's the corner office on the corner of the street and the building. It's the most viewable from anywhere in the street. I pull up, and it's standing right in the window. It's like it's looking at me. Like, it's, imagine just a outline of a person,
like a silhouette.
And this one was more clearly an outline of a person. Like, you could see the neck, the head, the like ears, shoulders, definition. Like, the last one was more misty, and like, yes, it was the shape and height of a person, but this one looked like a shadow of a person, if that makes sense.
Like, as if the shadow was from the outside view.
Yes.
And then they were looking at you through the window, but
Yeah,
you couldn't see them.
Exactly. It would be like a shadow projected on a wall, like clearly like a shadow. It was crazy. So I see it, and I'm like, oh my God, Dad, there's somebody in the building. Like, he's like, what? As soon as I say that, it's standing there like this. It falls to the floor, like disappears, just immediately like collapses down, gone out of view. And I'm like, oh my God. And so he's like, well, do you need to call 911? Like, do you maybe need to have somebody come check it out? I was like, there's no way. Like, because it's alarmed. It has an alarm system. Like, it has sensors everywhere in the building. Like, it has motion sensors. You can't be a person in the building, you know?
Because it would alert.
Exactly. So I'm like, and like, the only place you could access the building, like if you were a homeless person to get in, because that does happen down there, if you were, you'd go in through the basement, but you couldn't get up past the first floor without the alarms going off. So, like, we did have issues with people sometimes being in the basement. It's creepy down there for sure. Anyway, but I'm like, yeah, you couldn't get past the basement floor without the alarms going off. So I'm like, the alarms are still activated. There's no way. So I go in, and I clear, I actually started in the basement, clear the basement, clear the next floor up, and keep going up from there. Yeah. So I get to the floor with the green room, and the light is like, it's on. And every light in the building was off. It was just odd. But yeah, then I went up into the top floors, and there was nobody up there either. So
who was it?
I don't know.
Do you think you have an idea of what or who it was?
I don't think I know who it was, but I think there's something that's stuck there for sure. I think there's a couple things, but I think there's like a good thing and a bad thing in that building, if that makes sense.
Okay, so let's hear the good before we hear the bad.
Well, I think that I've already told you about the bad. I think the black shadowy figure was bad. Like, that had a heavy
dark energy.
Like, it wasn't just watching you, you know what I mean? Like, it was watching you. So that one felt different. Like, the other ones that are upstairs, I feel like those ones, they just feel like they're stuck there, or they're there. And they're just kind of spectating. Yeah. So another instance I had was upstairs, and a part of this building, it's obviously so old, it did not have air conditioning past that first parlor floor. So the second floor up was unair conditioned. So obviously it's hot in Fresno, and in the 100-degree heat inside, it gets, between 85 and 90 plus degrees on any given summer day. It's one of those days, and I am laminating prayer cards upstairs in this super tiny, like, it's like maybe the size of a bathroom, like a standard, like if you had a vanity, a tub shower sink combo, and a toilet, like that size. There's no fans up there. Like the air is still and hot.
Right.
So,
right.
I get this feeling like the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, and like it feels like somebody's behind you. I turn around and there's no one there, and all of a sudden, like my arm, like on the side here, it just feels cold, and I mean like 60 degrees compared to the 90. Like we're talking a like 30-degree difference. And I put my hand into it, and it's just this space right here that's cold, still cold air, no breeze, just cold. I literally have goosebumps.
Me right now too.
It's something that I could not explain. There's no movement in the air. There's no way in heck that even if the window was open, you wouldn't even get a breeze or cool air. I really couldn't explain it.
That the temperature just dropped to a coldness
in one spot,
right? And
like I literally would put my hand here and put my hand here, and it's hot here and it's cold here and it's hot here and it's cold here. And I move over here and it's hot, and I'm like, this makes no sense
because it's a cold spot where spirits are.
Oh yeah, but there was something about it that didn't feel bad or dark or I don't know. So I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna keep laminating. I just kept going.
You're like, I don't care. I gotta work.
Oh, like, yeah, this isn't enough for me to go home.
You're like, I don't care right now. I gotta work. It's hot. It's getting
seriously.
cold.
Seriously. But I will say, there's like 2 spaces in the like whole building that feel odd when you're in them. So like the attic space was kind of set up to be a ballroom, like it was like a hangout room, and they would have parties back in the day there and have like a big ball up there. So
before it was a funeral parlor.
It was a funeral parlor then too.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I'd have to fact check that, but it was definitely used for like entertaining at the top floors back in the day when people, more regularly did that kind of thing. It's like got these beautiful wood floors up there and these like gorgeous like stained glass windows at the top. But if you open any of the side doors, they lead into all these crazy crawl spaces in the tops of the roof of the rest of the building. And it's just like, I don't know, man. I feel like there's stuff in the crawl spaces.
What do you... Okay, so you think as in spirits, or you think as in hidden bodies?
No, not hidden bodies. Definitely not hidden bodies. That would be insane. No, spirits, for sure spirits. Like, you feel like there's just energy stuck up there. And, like, you can't explain it. Like, it just feels like something's in the corner up there. Like, you can't see anything. You just feel like it's there.
I would be so scared.
Yeah.
Mind you, you're working there. Well, you're working there in the daytime, but it's just dark in there. So, it feels like as if it is nighttime.
Yeah, upstairs is dark. They don't have any lights in the attic space. So anytime you go up there, it's dark. You don't necessarily need to go up there for anything. I just really enjoyed like adventuring through the building when I had free time. Okay.
Dora.
Yeah, I'm definitely a curious one.
Well, obviously you're there all the time, so you're gonna want to explore.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to find out what's here, what's there.
Well, I also had to go through files that were upstairs too. So we had files from like the 80s that needed to be digitalized. So I'd go up there and I'd grab it. Yeah, well, people get like pre-need plans, so you can plan your funeral before you pass away and then have everything set up so that once you've passed away, your family doesn't have to go and plan your funeral. They don't have to make all those choices. They don't have to worry about anything. They just have to show up.
I thought people did it when they pass away, during the moment, not saving plans.
That's an option.
But that's smart, though, to be honest.
It is. And I will say, I don't sell this, but if I did, I'm just saying, you lock in today's funeral prices, and funeral prices go up every year. So I'm just saying, get a pre-need plan, folks.
Basically, save up now.
Yeah, save up
Not
now.
saying you're gonna pass away anytime soon.
Well, you can do it on a payment plan. You just pay it off like any other insurance plan. It's not too bad.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, guys, do that.
Which we are not promoting.
Yeah, I don't sell anything, but you should do this for your family.
Just in case, even for like your elders, you know. I did not know that. That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm like, I think the only other thing that I can really remember is, so I would do like the obituaries and the burial permits and death certificates for the people who came through my funeral home. And I feel like sometimes you'd see glances, like you do like a double take, right? Where you think you see somebody. And I feel like you'd see people who came through, like, just for a split second, and then they wouldn't be there. Like, I don't know how else to explain it, but I feel like that would happen to me a lot. Just out of the corner of my eye, and then I double take, and nothing's actually there.
Do you think it was your mind playing tricks on you, or do you really believe that it was an apparition or a spirit popping in?
I think it could have been my mind playing tricks on me. I can't discredit that as being an option. However, I don't know. There's just something, I don't know. I personally felt like people sometimes kind of stick around until their funerals are over, because I think they're trying to say goodbye to their families too.
Wait, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I felt like sometimes, in a good way, people were kind of around in that sense.
Kind of like an unfinished business before they can go away or, you know, into the light. Let's say that.
And I'm no expert. Obviously, we don't know what happens. That's just my hot take, guys.
Drop down a comment. Let us know if you're a psychic or you know any more about the paranormal when spirits are there, you know, or visiting or whatever the case may be. Let us know, because we would like to know more about this.
Yeah.
But I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe that spirits pop in, and then, or whether it can be someone you knew that came to visit you. You just never know.
For sure, for sure.
Now, before we end the podcast, any advices for audio listeners and viewers of what we just talked about today or tonight?
I would say, like, keep your head on straight. Like, I think these things happen, but it doesn't mean, like, that you have, like, I don't know, some dark energy attached to you or anything. Take it with a grain of salt. Like, it's not always a terrifying experience. Sometimes it's just, like, happening. And it's interesting because you can't, like, logically explain it, but it's, like, okay. And none of these things were life altering to me. None of these things, you know, caused me to lose sleep or anything too bad. So I don't know. Personally, I think as long as you stay strong in whatever your beliefs are, you're going to be just fine.
Now, from your Fresno paranormal experience, after what you witnessed at the funeral parlor when you saw the apparition of the dark shadow figure, from that day on until now, do you believe in the paranormal?
Yes, absolutely. There's, like, no doubt in my mind anymore. I was somebody who previously I wasn't fully convinced. I thought there was a possibility, but I was not convinced. And I'm somebody who has to see things to believe it. So I will say that the experiences I've had, I just cannot explain. And I have thought of just about any explanation you can. These things don't make sense. And what I saw doesn't make sense with reality, right? So I don't know.
and that's what it is. It's just something you can't explain.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, thank you for sharing your Fresno local scary stories with us, babe.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Yay.
From her paranormal scary stories that happened here in Fresno, California at a funeral parlor, what did you think about her story? Do you believe that she witnessed these paranormal activities? Or was our mind so strong that we're able to create this feeling that someone really is watching us? Because, mind you, she's at a funeral parlor where she works at every day. Whether her mind was playing tricks with her or not, I believe she did see something. I believe that dark shadow figure was there watching her. You know, she did say that it was a dark negative energy, but then what I loved the most too, she also witnessed the good ones, the one upstairs in the filing room. I don't know if the spirits up there are really good spirits, but let's just say the paranormal exists. And we're not the only one that's witnessed these paranormal. Even if it's not in Fresno, even if it's, let's say, like Bakersfield and so on and so forth, the fact that Fresno has a lot of paranormal activities here. Who would have thought that scary stories, haunted places, and these urban legends can actually connect us all as a community? Well, drop down a comment, let me know what you think about that. And thank you guys for listening, and thank you guys for watching. We're on Monday for audio and Sunday for visual here on YouTube. Blessed be, please stay safe, and always remember, before you go to these haunted places, treat these spirits and haunted places with respect, because you too one day might be haunting the location. Blessed be and have a good night. Ooh.